But Fat Joe, like I said, a lot of people, he always been solid with us. Like people don't know like why the love that besides me being Puerto Rican and Fat Joe being Puerto Rican, my mother's Puerto Rican, but I don't forget, you know what I mean, people that reached out to us when we was at our lowest, and Fat Joe is one of them, through Steve LaBelle. Like when we was being boycotted, a lot of people don't know that, bro. When Pac died, we was the hottest name. Imagine this, he put out Machiavelli, and we on some of the hottest songs, but we couldn't get a major record deal because people was boycotting us. You know what I mean? Like people was looking at it like, even though these dudes is on some, they on records that sold millions, but we ain't about to sign them because most of the record labels now was in the pocket of Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, Puffy, people we was dissing. So, you know, these record labels, like, why would we get an Outlawz a shot when Puffy bringing us million? We ain't dealing with them. The only person I remember reaching out was Fat Joe. We went independent, we was getting $10 a record though, so we didn't really care. We was only doing 200, 300,000 at a time, but we was getting $10 per CD. So we was good on our own. But I remember one of the only dudes that reached out was Fat Joe. He called us. He was in LA. He's like, I want to bring you on a radio station. And his words was like, man, how can people say they love Pac? These is homies, and they not giving them no shot. They not, you know what I mean? They forgetting about him. As soon as Pac died, they forgot about him. And then when we was in New York, he said, look, I want y'all to perform at my album release party. He really was looking out for us. And Fat Joe, a real one. I remember when we was at his album release party, it was everybody you can think of there. Like people that we was dissing on Hit 'Em Up and everything. And Fat Joe was like, I want y'all to perform. And he was like, if y'all want to perform Hit 'Em Up, even though some of the people y'all dissing, I remember like yesterday, he's like, even though some of the people y'all dissing is in the audience, we got y'all. He's like, bro, he was deep. You know what I mean? He's like, we holding you down, diss them. Even though these is homies. He was like, but if y'all want to take a mature level, grow up a little, I advise you not to do the song. But if y'all want to do the song, we holding you guys down. Even though, bro, we was deep. Like my whole block from Chancellor Ave and Irvington was with me. Newark and Irvington, I was already 30, 40 deep. You know what I mean? So I wasn't worried. But for him to do that, it showed a lot. You know what I mean? Like he was just a dude that was looking out for us. So that's why, man, when he came to Saudi Arabia, he told me, he said, when I come, I'm going to see you. And he came and kept his word.
Did Tupac like Fat Joe?
I think he respected him. I never heard him say anything wrong. I heard him say that Fat Joe held him down with the Puerto Ricans. I never heard him say anything wrong about Fat Joe. You got to understand, too, when Pac was around, Fat Joe, he wasn't at the level where he at now. Like, after Pac died, then Fat Joe started putting out these, he always been in the game, but his records started becoming better and better. He started putting out these songs at Ashanti, selling more and more millions. But you remember when Pac was around, it was people like, his competition was like Nas and Jay-Z's and them start coming up. Fat Joe was on the rise though. You know what I mean? So, but he definitely knew who he was and definitely respected him.